call it Park Bubba Sparks.
Booty rockin' everywhere. Booty.
What's up YouTube, it's Desi and I'm back with another video, you guys. With this video I'm going to talk about as far as for how to make more than $25 an hour as a phlebotomist. Now as you guys can see, this is pretty much my certificate as far as for phlebotomy. I basically went to an institution. Basically this lady right here, she had already been certified with everything. Like, you know how most people when they're certified with something and they want to become an instructor, basically she was able to teach a class and was able to get us certified, and that's how I got my certification for this. Now I also got my certification with phlebotomy when working at a plasma center, but once I left them I wasn't too much worried about carrying that on with me because I know my experience and I know how to operate everything, so I don't need all that crap. So with this video, most people want to know as far as for how can you make more than $25 an hour with phlebotomy. So it's plenty of ways on how to do that. One, you want to make sure that you already have your experience with it. You don't want to just think that you're going to just jump straight to a $25 an hour job and you don't have experience with it. So that's one, you got to get that clear. Two, you want to make sure, one, you can either be a travel phlebotomist or you could be like a lead phlebotomist, head phlebotomist, or supervisor when it comes to phlebotomy. So let's get right into it. So whenever you're being a travel phlebotomist, I feel like this is the major one on how you can make more than $25 an hour, because at the end of the day, if you pretty much have everything down packed with phlebotomy, where at the point where you don't need anyone's help, you know how to handle all types of skins, you know how to handle where it's a lot more obese patients where you're still able to get that blood flow, you know how to handle patients who have like a heart vein and stuff like that, you are on point. This will definitely get you $25 an hour or more, because at the end of the day, you're kind of working at your own schedule. You're able to bring your own equipment. Also being able to travel and having that right transportation, that kind of helps you out as well too. With the travel phlebotomist, most people usually work underneath like a third-party agency or something like that, and what they do is they'll kind of like whenever it's someone that needs blood draw or anything done, they'll either have you go to their house to go do it, or either they'll have them come to the facility to try to get it done, where you will go ahead and do it that way. I definitely feel like if you kind of have your own equipment, you get more money that way, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like your own stuff. Plus you're kind of going to that person's house, so that's kind of like, you know, a little bit more extra out of your way that you're doing. So I definitely feel like travel phlebotomist is definitely one that can kind of like get you that $25 an hour or more. Travel phlebotomists usually make up to $50K a year here in Florida. Now it can be a little bit more depending on the type of distance that you're going or city that you're going, but I definitely feel like that's definitely a good start with the medical field. Two, definitely when it comes to phlebotomy, being like a lead phlebotomist, that can kind of help you out as well too, depending on the placements that you are. I feel like when you're working as a head phlebotomist or lead phlebotomist at a hospital, you get more money than you would at a plasma center. I have seen plenty of senior phlebotomists that's at the plasma center and they're still making at least about, like, I would say to the most $15 an hour. Now that was when I was working at a plasma center. I know it may be different now, especially due to the COVID-19 now. With phlebotomists being on their feet a lot more, they are offering a lot more money and opportunities, but I definitely feel like you get your money's worth when working at a hospital. Now at a hospital phlebotomist, if you're like a lead or head phlebotomist, pretty much you'll get the $22 an hour or more. Sometimes they do shifts, you know, difference as far as for the amount of money that you get. So say for instance, you can get like 50 cents more for working at nighttime, or you can get like $1 raise more for working overnight, those type of things. And I feel like every cents kind of help out. Just you don't want to overdo it and have like a burnout when it comes to phlebotomy, because sometimes that can happen because you're always on your feet and you're always doing so much work. With the lead phlebotomist, pretty much you have everything pretty much in your hands. So pretty much how the lead phlebotomist was working as when I was at a plasma center, they will watch over all of us. So meaning as in they will still come in and stick whenever it's needed, but their main job was to watch us in every single area to make sure that we had everything that we need. If we had any problems with the machines, they will come over there and help us out. They will assist and tell us when to go on breaks, make sure that they keep up with times of that. Also making sure that they just get ready for the transition. So as soon as they will come in, they will have one lead phlebotomist that'll come in the morning time and one lead phlebotomist that will come in at the evening time. So the communication has to make sure that it's on point whenever you're being a lead phlebotomist. Also making sure the communication is on point when talking to the employees, because they will be the ones that's coaching us on the next thing that can happen. The lead phlebotomist will also offer different opportunities for us, asking us, do we want to be cross-trained on certain situations? So say for instance, they'll ask us, hey Desiree, do you want to get cross-trained with receptionists? Then they'll send us over to receptionists and make sure that we do our training as well with that. Another thing I can say about lead phlebotomists is that it's a lot of pressure sometimes on them, because if anything does go wrong with us, the lead phlebotomist is kind of responsible for that, because at the end of the day, you know, they're the ones watching us, like meaning as in, say for instance, if you have gum in your mouth, you're not supposed to really be chewing gum or anything like that whenever you're out on the donor floor, because that sometimes can cause certain hazard issues or anything like that. So you just want to make sure you're watching out for the donors to make sure that they don't have that type of stuff in their mouth, no candy or anything like that. Now if it does come about where say for instance someone passes out or anything like that, if they need to have any type of food or any, like, you know, water or anything to go inside their body to kind of get them hydrated, we will provide that for them. But however, they should have no type of food or anything in their mouth, because that can sometimes cause anything, and as well as for us as workers too. Another thing about the lead phlebotomist, I just feel like it's not something that I would want to take up, because I feel like it's just a lot on you. Like I feel like, you know, having experience with it is really nice, but nowadays people don't really listen like that. Like you have some workers who literally don't listen, and once they find out your age and they're older than you, they will be like, I don't have to listen to her, like she's the same age as my daughter, like stuff like that. So I feel like sometimes that kind of comes into work. It depends on the type of practice that you're working at, but the plasma center is like an in and out thing, so sometimes people talk to you any old type of way. I feel like if it's more so at a hospital, if it was a lot more organized, I would definitely take it up so it can kind of be something on my resume, but it just all depends. Now as far as for supervisor with phlebotomist, so basically I feel like they're always going to get more than $20 an hour. Like that's no doubt. You're pretty much the head of everything. You have to make sure you keep up with the specimens, you know, the bottles, as far as for the time and frame of everything, making sure everything's correct, making sure everything ties in with each patient. It's just a lot of work as far as for that, but I definitely feel like it's definitely plays off, because at the end of the day, you just never know the type of situation that's going to happen. Now, if you have experience as far as for being a supervisor, I would definitely say take up on this position. It may be a different type of transition, but I'm pretty sure they're going to train you on everything that you need to know. It's both like you're doing both front office and back office work, because with the back office work, not only are you keeping up with how many patients are donating or something like that, or how many patients came in for a specimen to get done, you also have to keep up with their levels, making sure that you keep up with their insurance information as well too. You do have some patients who, even when I was working at medical assistant, they would get billing from Quest or Millennium, and then they'll call us and ask us, why did I get a $500 bill? But sometimes you may have to call and, you know, verify your insurance information. You know, you just got to keep up with those type of things. So the supervisor definitely plays a good part as far as for that. So I definitely feel like you get good money when it comes to that type of situation. I just feel like it's never too late. If with all those positions I told you with, you could definitely still start off with those positions with having a certificate for phlebotomy. You would just have to make sure that you work your way up with getting your certification for it, so that way you're actually certified with all of the aspects, and there will be no problems. But in the meantime, I definitely feel like lead phlebotomist, supervisor with phlebotomist, and a travel phlebotomist definitely make more than $25 an hour. That's just something you'll just have to seek into to see which one fits best for you, and just do your research on it before signing up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys, and make sure y'all stay safe. Peace, y'all.